Welcome everybody out there. The Legends of League at Central Coast Stadium.
He's still going, get rid of it. Could this be? It is, and they score in the corner. What a day it's been, and I can't wait for next year.
Back to Central Coast Stadium, a beautiful day. As you can see, the cheer girls doing their thing in the middle of the park. A wonderful weather day here in Gosford. Bit of breeze around, but haven't we seen some great rugby league? 4 games down, still plenty to come. John O'Farr and Brett Camorley, your commentators here at the moment. Albie Tallarico will be joining us later in the day. Brett Camorley, what did you make of that game? 21 points to 0 in favour of Canterbury over Parramatta.
Yeah, obviously the favourites for the competition, the premiers from last season, they've come out and they've showed us that they're ready to win it in 2018. Defensively, they were great. They had line speed. They all worked together. In attack, they had some players that were just key ball players, which is obviously Sherwin and Holdsworth. They're sort of the key, and everyone else become runners. So they showed us the blueprint and how to win. They showed us that they can actually win again. They know how to win because of last year. They're all super fit, and I think they made a little statement with 21 points to 0.
Yeah, so it was a terrific game. Barbarians, Newcastle next up. Earlier in the day, though, however, Andy Raymond caught up with Todd Carney, and here's that chat.
Todd Carney at 32, you're going to be playing against guys that potentially are old enough to be your father. Are you going to go easy?
Definitely. I said yesterday, I'm just blessed to be here. It's good to be on the same occasion with some legends. I love rugby as a kid right through growing up, and I watched these blokes, and today I get an opportunity to play against them or alongside them, so I can't wait. I'm buzzing. It's going to be good. I'm going to have a bit of fun and enjoy the day.
It's an amazing feeling walking in and seeing so many legends of the game in the one area.
It is, man. I got a buzz walking in. Like I said, I love rugby league, so it's everyone's dream to be in this sort of occasion with some legends. I got first game today against Cliffy Lyons, someone that you watch as a kid growing up, and the highlights you see what he's done in the game. And today I'm going to be on the same field as him, so I can't wait.
What's the goal today?
Have fun, always.
So there he is, Todd Carney chatting with Andy Raymond earlier in the day. There it is, game number 5. That's the next one. It's the Barbarians taking on Newcastle. Both sides have played Manly earlier in the day. This Barbarians side full of talent. Michael Crocker, Todd Carney, Chris Hyington, Craig Gower, Chris Walker, Ben Cray, Terry Campese, Johnny Scandalis from the West Tigers, Paul Fatawera, Michael Henderson, Trent Waterhouse, Michael Wayman, Brett Coney, Amos Roberts, Tinger, Nathan Blacklock and Matty Bowen from the North Queensland Cowboys. So Brett Camorley, plenty of talent right across that team.
Yeah, there certainly was. We've seen them play earlier today. They started the tournament off against Manly with a victory, and we saw plenty of entertainment and plenty of pace from the Barbarians. So now just have a look at Newcastle, who also I thought were very, very good defensively. That was how they got their victory done. Defensively great. Danny Medeiros, Robbie Davis, Daniel Abraham, Jeremy Smith, Matt Hilda, Adam Walno, Brad Tye, Bill Peet, Kurt Gidley, Owen Craigie, Clint Newton, Craig Smith, Scott Duro, Ben Cross, Sean Rudder, and Darren Albert, the man that scored 2 tries in his first outing. He'll certainly be looking forward to getting some more tries on the board.
Yeah, and of course, you made your NRL debut for the Newcastle Knights against Manly in 1995. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah. That was obviously, you just listen to Todd Carney there talk about how much he's just a league fan and loves it. It was obviously been a Newcastle kid growing up there, having the Knights come in the competition in 1988, and as a little kid sitting on the hill, and then to be able to run out there in 95 and make my debut for that club was a wonderful thing and a great part of my rugby league career.
Yeah, you filled in for Joey, let's say, for the first game, and in your second game, you got your first try.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to play 3 games for the Knights in that little period of time, 3 NRL games for the Newcastle Knights, and then obviously made the move and went across to the Hunter Mariners and went on and had a bit of a career in a different opportunity. Obviously, playing in the same position as Andrew Johns, it's not the best for your future if you want to stay there and stay behind him, or say it's time to move on, Brett, and find a new home. He was not a bad player, I think.
Were you secretly hoping that it just didn't work out?
No, obviously, as you said, I think he made his debut in 95, Andrew, and I think they beat South by 30 points. And I think he scored 24 points or something in that debut. Yeah. I think this kid goes pretty good.
He went all right. Yeah. So now obviously an immortal. So we're underway here between the Newcastle Knights and the Barbarians, as the Barbarians will bring it back now and bring it across the line. Now they push 1 or 2 away, and it'll be Walker that tries to bring it just out onto that 10-metre line. Gower from dummy half. He pushes his way and just pushes it nicely through the middle. Gives it away to Trent Waterhouse. So one Panther to another. And premierships back in the early days as it comes back to Carney. Looking dangerous already with the football. Now it goes to Hyington. Shows a bit of show and class and brings it to almost the halfway line. Opportunity here. Roberts from dummy half. He'll give the ball across now to Carney. So his second touch in quick succession. Ball back inside to Hyington. Gives it nicely back to Carney. So it's the Carney and Hyington show. Basketball pass over the top. Now they go through the middle through Matty Bowen. Kick chase. Gets the bounce. Look at him fly. He'll score the first try, Matty Bowen. Can't get the bonus point, or can he? Yes, he can. Ha ha. Matty Bowen scores the first try and the Barbarians lead 5-0.
Yeah, you thought he was going to get trapped in the in goal and Daniel Abraham was going to be able to stay away from the bonus point area. Matty Bowen just looked at him and went, no, you're dreaming. I'm going to run straight around you, stand you still, swerve and get to that bonus point. So after 1 minute, the Barbarians have got their first try.
And he converts it.
Oh, we saw him in their first game, the Barbarians, when they come out and they put a bit of a score on Manly. You're like, oh, yeah, they were my favourites, I thought, before the tournament. They certainly had a great first game, and here you just see the skill, the pace of Matty Bowen.
Oh, look at him.
There's no fullbacks in this game because obviously you want to play everyone in the front line, which creates a nightmare for people like that because they've just got vision, they've got pace, and they can pull it off.
Well, I thought he was just going to score a regular try, but no, he saw the white chalk and dived for it as Newcastle get their first touch in this game. They'll play it from dummy half. Gidley gives the ball across field. Now a bit of a push and shove there away from Jeremy Smith. And the Knights find themselves about 10 metres short of the halfway line, inside their own half. The pass to Gidley now. Comes back across. Smith away now to Gidley. Gidley just holds up the pass. Gets the ball away now. Beautiful work there. Rudder tries to get the ball away. Chance there for the Knights. Now they go through O'Davis, the fullback. He's flying. Comes back inside the middle. Chance, but it's taken there by the Barbarians. And Fatawira will be tackled about 12 or 13 away from the halfway line. Chance now for them. They'll take it up the middle. And now the Barbarians. They lead at 7 points to 0, courtesy of a bonus try to Matty Bowen. Carney with the football, gives it back inside to Hyington. He floats the ball to Gower. Gower gives to Waterhouse. The Penrith connection combining beautifully. Plays it on the halfway line. Nice chance for them. And a sloppy play the ball. And I've got a feeling, yes, it's Stephen Clark, the referee. He's spotted something there in the play the ball area, so Newcastle will play it from the half.
Yeah, Newcastle they've just come up with their own first error as well. A little bit of fatigue maybe starting to creep into some of their sides. This is their second time, so Newcastle played the first game and have had Barbarians played the first game. They've had quite a long rest now. Newcastle played only a few games ago and they've had to back up after one rest. So a little bit of fatigue more for probably the Newcastle side more than the Barbarians.
Yep, both sides have played Manly, which unfortunately have lost 2 games so far in this tournament. So that'll be interesting on the table. But the Barbarians are looking pretty good and they lead it 7 points to 0. They've only played 3 and a bit in this first half. Of course, the halves go for 9 minutes. And Newcastle now take it over the halfway line. Chance for them now. And Smith will give it away. Now Gidley from dummy half tries to push one away. Good chance through the middle for the Knights. Opportunity here for them on the far side. They'll throw it along their very talented back line. Juggling act there from Newcastle. Tries to find somebody, gives the ball back inside, comes away, opportunity there, and it'll go to Rudder, who'll be tackled about 15 from the line. That's the last tackle for Newcastle. Comes back, chance here, Smith, up it goes, high in towards the in-goal area, chance for points, but it'll bounce too deep. Well, that would have been in the try area if the field was regular NRL.
That's right, because I think the players there, they look for where the try line is, and they just do a cross-attack field, attacking kick that would land perfectly normally. But today it's gone dead. Dead on the full. Barbarian ball.
So now the Barbarians play it from dummy half. And now they play it through the middle. Takes it up nicely there through Roberts. And now they'll play it from dummy half. Shifts it right side. Now it comes away to Carney. Carney gives it to Roberts. Roberts now pushes one away. And now the opportunity comes away as the Barbarians take it over the halfway line and find themselves about 10 metres into opposition territory. Can they get something here from dummy half? The little show and go gives the ball away. Now the chance here. Pant is trying to get their play in there with Waterhouse. It's been picked up by the Knights. Opportunity here, flying through the middle, and they play it about 20 metres out from the line. Clark says play on. The Knights go from dummy half. Smith gives the ball across field. Now Craig Smith takes it up the middle, and he's tackled, eventually put to ground about 12 metres from the line. Chance here for the Knights. They go from dummy half. Gives the ball away to Jeremy Smith, the man that they were having a crack at with the haircut, Albie. Looks pretty fine to me. I'm not going to argue with it.
I'm not arguing. I think he looks good.
It comes back for the Knights. Are they over for the first try? Stephen Clark points to the spot, and it's 7 points to 4 with a conversion to come. 5.5 gone.
Yeah, his first try there for Newcastle. Adam Wallnow it is getting over for his first try for the tournament. Brad Tye will have to have a shot at field goal here to see if he can get the conversion. What's it we say, halfway between the post and the sideline?
Yep. So he finds himself about 10 metres out. An acute angle. Kick is on its way. And it's unsuccessful. So 7-4 in favour of the Barbarians. Playing some entertaining footy, but I reckon the Barbarians, they might be a little bit fatigued from their first game because that last set of 6 was probably a bit slower than their first.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, you just go through phases. I think if you don't hold the football and then you've got to defend 1 or 2 or 3 sets, you're like, oh, gosh, this is too hard, you know? So I think if you get inside that 20-metre line, you're going to score.
Heat might be playing a role as well as Bowen just watches the ball go back, and now the Barbarians will play it out of the line.
Might have had some hamburgers and chips in between the games. They might have thought they had long enough off they could choose some lunch.
Well, they've stopped off at the old iguanas. So now a chance here for Carney, who gives it across field. Now to Gow. Geez, that pass looked a little bit forward, but they've lost the football anyway, as Smith now has it for Newcastle. And they'll play it from about 20 metres out from the line. From dummy half, they go right side. Gidley tries to give the ball away to Darren Albert, the man that put Newcastle on the map in 1997. With that try with 20 seconds to go. Now it goes to Gidley. Chance for the Knights straight up the middle. And they take it to Rudder, who'll play it just short of the try line. I'm going to say about 5 metres short. Quick chance. Play the ball for the Knights. Gidley with the ball back inside to Smith. Held up there. Beautiful defence from the Barbarians close to the line. A standing tackle it is. Bedsy from dummy half. Gives it to Gidley. Gidley away now. Chance for Newcastle. Back inside to Gidley. Ball goes back. Picked up by the Barbarians. And it's Hyington that has the football for them. And he's wrapped up.
Good defence. That was wonderful defence from the Barbarians. You just mentioned before about maybe the defence looked fatigued. Well, that was courageous. That was so good from the Barbarians. They didn't want to concede that extra try.
So they'll play the ball about 20 metres out from the line. Chance now for the Barbarians. They lead at 7 points to 4 with about a minute to go, just over a minute before half-time. 9-minute halves, 18-minute games. Carney gives the ball beautifully away to Bowen. He's down the sideline again over the halfway line. Still going Matty Bowen. He's eventually ankle tapped and brought to ground. Chance huge now for the Barbarians. Gives it to Carney. Carney looks for an option. Kicks across field. Opportunity for points here, but it will go dead, according to this field, into the in-goal area normally. And it'll be a Newcastle ball. So good hustle there. Michael Crocker on the fly. And Todd Carney, isn't he having a day out here?
Yeah, and I think he's loving the fact he's got a guy called Matt Bowen happy to float around and run off him.
I've been impressed with Chris Hyington. Don't think he's played this well since the 05 grand final.
This is his home ground. This would have been where he grew up wanting to play probably local grand finals here. Oh, his family's back here. He's putting on a show.
So it's back there for the Knights. And 7-4 in favour of the Barbarians. With about 10 seconds to go before half-time. It was intercepted there by Todd Carney, who's now the captain coach of the Byron Bay Rugby League side. After his very brief stint with the North Queensland Cowboys. It's chipped over nicely from Gidley. It's taken there by the Barbarians. Ooh, was that a knock on? Yes, Stephen Clark says yes it was, to Roberts. And that'll be half-time. So really entertaining first half, first 9 minutes. 7 points to 4 in favour of the Barbarians. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that first game. But before we do that, we'll go to Andy Raymond, who looks like he's down there with Michael Crocker.
I am with Michael Crocker. You walked into the day with a limp. The limp's getting better.
I'm hydrated.
And you're hydrated, having fun.
Yeah, it's a great day. It's obviously a good pitch, good crowd. It's obviously a great atmosphere, especially playing against these guys. They were in the final last year. Lots of local fans came down to cheer them on. So, yeah, we're pretty keen to try and get a win here and progress into the semis.
Always a physical challenge for you big boys. You don't want to let anyone get over the top of you, but is the game plan give it to Matty Bowen?
Yeah, we're lucky. We've got Toddy Carney, Matty Bowen, Brett Kearney, and a little bit of pace out there. So even Tinger Blacklock's still got a bit of toe. So Amos Roberts. So yeah, if we can get a bit of second phase play and get it to him, we might be a chance.
Sounds like a plan. Good luck, mate.
Thanks, mate.
So there we go. Very hydrated Michael Crocker for the Barbarians. Great work from Andy Raymond there, his sideline. Let's take a look at some of these first half highlights between the Barbarians and Newcastle. A very entertaining first 9 minutes and brilliant work to kick us off with Matty Bowen. Oh, shades of 05.
Just watch here when you think he's going to get caught outside of the bonus spot. No, I'm going to beat you. I'll just stand you still.
He's got to step like a Jack Russell.
No. Adam Walno there. He gets over for the Knights. He gets their first try. That's his first try for the tournament. 7 points to 4. Not a high-scoring game for the first half of this challenge, but I would expect the Barbarians just to fire up a little bit here in the second half. I gave Newcastle a praise in their first outing for how well they defended.
Yep.
So obviously they're doing quite a good job to keep running the Barbarians to one try, and it was Matty Bowen freakishness that has scored that try. So yeah, Newcastle's still very good in their defence, but I think you may expect a bit more from the Barbarians in this half. You heard Mick Crocker there say we want to make the semi-finals, we want to go further forward. So I think a little bit more of a competitive focus now goes into this game.
And with the Barbarians, I mean, there's players from all sorts of different places and ages and all that sort of stuff. Andy Raymond mentioned that Todd Carney was probably one of the older players involved. It's hard to get unity in this side, but they seem to be doing it pretty well, the Barbarians.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you just got to work out who's going to play what role. So if you're a forward, you just got to play like a forward and leave the halves or the faster men to be the ball players and everyone push off them. So we'll see what happens here. Newcastle, as we said, they made the grand final last year and they were beaten in it, but they might want to get there again, but Barbarians will have a bit more to say.
So Gower takes it from dummy half. Now they bring it back through the middle, and Gower gets it once again, gives it wide. Now to Bowen, who puts a kick through, but it's regathered by the Newcastle Knights. Might be a knock-on, I think.
Yeah, knock-on against Newcastle. Bowen come up with a little kick that didn't quite get through. Quick turnover. Barbarians will get the ball back and throw a horrible pass.
As Crocker now gives the ball away, and he gives it to Gower, who gave it away to Roberts. So now Gower comes in. Chance here now for the Barbarians as they take it forward and play it about 10 metres out from the try line. They lead it 7-4. About a minute gone in this second half. Now it goes to Bowen. Can he get a double here? Gives it back to Crocker. Crocker charging. That little squirt of water must have pepped him up a little bit that he got at the half-time break.
Clint Newton just dominated him there. Hydrated him in the half-time and then just dominated him in the tackle.
Oh, Bowen to Waterhouse, but he's gone into touch. And the chance goes begging there for the Barbarians. So about 90 seconds gone. The wind just picking up a little bit, coming across right to left of your screen from the Brisbane Waters as Newcastle take it forward. They're sort of wearing the old 97 shorts, the old soccer-style short. So it comes forward now for the Knights, and they'll play it there through Peden. Scored the first try in the 0-1 grand final against Parramatta. Oh, intercepted there nicely there by Roberts, and a chance for the Barbarians. There'll be no one around him. He'll get a bonus try. And this now makes it very interesting as it's 12 points to 4 with a conversion to come.
Yeah, Kate Snowden that was throwing the cutout pass. Amos Roberts, he took plenty of those intercepts in his playing days down at the Dragons. Just catches it and scores in the bonus point area. Kicks a field goal over, just cruise. It's pretty easy for him, isn't it?
Yeah. Smacks off the screen.
Yeah, whatever. This is
easy as you like.
This is cool. I can do this. Yeah, big points there for the Barbarians. It just gave Newcastle a rap for how well they defended. And unfortunately, they've smashed themselves with that intercept, and now the Barbarians 14-4 as they'll get the ball back again, and they might get a try straight away.
Oh, they will. They'll go over for another one, so they'll get it on this occasion, and a chance now for the Barbarians to just gallop away with this lead. Really turns into extra points for them. So a chance, 18-4 in favour of the Barbarians. And now a conversion from about 10 metres out, but an awkward angle, but it might get there. Yes, it does. Oh.
It doesn't matter by how far it goes over the crossbar, it's just got to get over it. So, and lucky it wasn't any further away from where it was, because it didn't go any higher than the crossbar. It just made it over.
Warren Ryan said we win ugly.
Yeah.
That's what you do. So it wasn't pretty, but it got there. It got the job. So 20-4 now favour of the Barbarians. As now Newcastle dart through. Give the ball away. It's lost there. It's picked up by the Barbarians. Now a chance for them through the middle. Carney flies it nicely. Chance here now. Ball away back inside. Fatawira over on the far side. He's brought to ground, just close to the sideline, I should say. Now it comes back inside. Gives it to Hyington, who's been brilliant today. Well, certainly in this game. Of course, their earlier game against Manly did a couple of good things, working nicely there with Carney. Speak of him, Carney now with the ball. Beautiful ball through the middle. Chance for the Barbarians. They keep it alive. Opportunity to go for the try line, but they can't get there. About a metre short on the main broadcast side of Central Coast Stadium. Carney with the show and go. Long Ricky Stewart style pass. Gives the ball across field. Chance here now for the Barbarians. Can they get the pass away? No, they can't. And they're tackled about 3 metres from the try line. Last tackle here for the Barbars. Now it comes back to Bowen. Bowen to Carney. Carney floats the ball. Chance here now for them. Can the Barbarians take it up the middle through Scandalis? But it comes back. And the opportunity goes begging. So 20-4. 13 and a half gone. So about 4.5 to go before full time.
What about Todd Carney's right and left passes then? That was just like a bullet, 30 metres. Like, crisp as nothing's changed.
It's like the pass, I think it was Wally Lewis through the 82 Kangaroo Tour, and there it is, another try to the Barbarians, and a bonus one at that. So 25-4 the score now.
Well, I think we know who's going to be winning this game.
Yeah.
I think the Barbarians have got full domination in this second half. A bit quiet they were in the first half, only led by a couple of points. In the second half, though, they've come out and absolutely smashed Newcastle. Hyington's just missed it from in front. He's lost his kicking licence, Chris. Your licence is gone. No more kicking.
Oh, very similar to Kieran Foran earlier in the year for Canterbury. I think that was on Good Friday as Kearney burst through. That's his second of the game. This one a bonus try, though. So, yeah, 25-4. It's going to take a miracle for Newcastle to come back, but geez, I made that mistake in the 97 grand final at 16-8 in favour of Manly. I thought Newcastle were gone. It was proved terribly wrong on that occasion. 22-16 is Hyington. Oh, geez, he got a sniff of the try line there, Noddy.
He did. He wanted to make up for his shank in the conversion rank from in front of the goalpost. I think it's got to wait till he goes over 10 metres, Chris, before you touch the ball. That rule hasn't changed. Been around for a fair while, that rule.
Yes. Although you were calling for the conspiracy card earlier in the day. As Newcastle take it up nicely. They play it through the middle. And now a chance for them. Gidley from dummy half with a big smile on his face. Ball comes back to Albert. Now Newcastle, they'll play it inside the 10. About 5 short of the try line. Gidley, show and go from dummy half. Gives the ball across. Floating pass. Opportunity for the Knights. They're in for another try. And it won't be a bonus try, but it'll be 20 points to 8 in favour of the Barbarians. And a great effort there from the Newcastle Flyer.
Well, maybe have I gone off early now? Have I gone off early? No way Newcastle can win. Well, they did in 97. They're going to make a comeback today.
Well,
25 points to 10.
Well, they scored 16 unanswered in 1997 in the second half. And now, well, they need a few more than that. But anyway, let's see. Do miracles occur for Newcastle?
Yeah, well, 2 minutes. They've got 2 minutes. You think they would try a high kick and get it back, or go for the sideline like that?
Short kick goes to the Barbarians, and now they'll take it through Crocker.
Is there like game management now? Okay, boys, we're leading. Close the game down. Let's complete sets, kick to the corner, play high percentage.
I think so. The Knights are all up and about, and the Barbarians are certainly having a board meeting on the sideline. So they play it about 10 metres short of the halfway line. Gower will go for a little sprint from dummy half to Crocker off the kick from Chris Hyington.
No, we won't worry about playing the clock down. We'll try and score. Front row or Hyington kicking for Crocker. I don't know if that was part of the rules.
Well, it'll be a big 90 seconds for the Knights if they can do something here. Bowen looking for a double. I reckon if they score now, it might be good night. They go through the line. Bowen, 10 metres out. Last tackle, says referee Clark. From dummy half they go. Good pass across from Blacklock. Nice chance. Chance for the Barbarians. Is it Hyington?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That's it. It's all over now.
He's been on fire, Hyington.
His last great game was the 05 grand final.
This will be his next highlight. 05, when we won the premiership for the Tigers.
Yep.
We'll go to when we won the premiership at the Sharks.
Yep.
And then I'll come here to Central Coast Stadium. That's his 3 highlights.
Well, they say things happen in 3, Brett.
Yeah.
So there it is. So Chris Ironton gets the try and the conversion is unsuccessful. Just away to the right. So the score will remain 29 points to 10. Craig Gower, he was certainly a force for that Penrith side in 03 when they won the comp. 12 years before their first one in 91 that I think some of the Penrith players are still celebrating. I think Roy Simmons is still buying beverages for people of the Penrith district. So it comes back for Newcastle, and Smith now will try and bring it back, but a good tackle over the top there. Tries to stop him, but the progression comes for Newcastle. O'Davis with a big smile on his face. Blacklock tries to get the ball away. Now a chance here for the Barbarians. A chip through. A chance for them. Oh, it comes back. Gidley tried to get it. Now there's an opportunity for more points. And they're in for the try. So it's a great effort there. And the Barbarians are in again, 33-10.
And you might certainly come down to for and against. Who depends on who finishes first in Pool A or who finishes second in Pool A.
Well, that's full time, and I reckon that's probably the highest scoring game we've seen at the tournament. 5 games down. We've got 1 pool game to go, and then we play semi-final and final football. Next up, it's the Bulldogs and the Broncos, who have been playing some pretty entertaining football earlier in the day. Brisbane played Manly. Canterbury, of course, a game ago played the Eels. So they've had their 2 games, and Brisbane, of course, they had the game against Parramatta, which was game 2. So a pretty entertaining game. The Barbarians far too good in this game, and it looks like the players are just celebrating that game of football. Looks like rugby league's the winner here, Noddy.
Yeah, it certainly is, and obviously we've got some legends out there on the park. Andy Raymond is that legend, and we might have someone with him.
Oh, Noddy, I love the intro. Joining me, Matty Bowen. It looks like in at number 1 for the Cowboys any day.
Not me, mate, I think. The boys back and enjoying the camaraderie again, and I was lucky enough to be invited with the Barbarians, and got a good bunch of boys. It's been pretty good.
They say rugby league's a big man's game. You've battled as one of the smaller players for so long. On a day like this, being small with a quick step certainly helps.
I think so, and obviously trying to stay fit, and you see a few other boys that's fit as well. So it's good, as I said. I'm enjoying it. Great to be playing guys like Cliffy Lyons this morning, and Beaver and all those guys. So it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it.
Well, you're putting a smile on our faces. Go and enjoy.
Thanks, mate.
There he is, Matty Bowen with Andy Raymond, and a great game from him. Shades of 2005, possibly earlier with that first kick chase try that set it up beautifully. Let's have a look at the highlights from this game between the Barbarians and the Knights. And speaking of that man, Matty Bowen, flying away from defence from Kurt Gidley. He scored the first try. It was a bonus one, Noddy, and that got things underway for the Barbarians. Yeah,
they certainly were great. We only got a try from each team for the first half. This is 7 points to 4 after Adam Walmo was the score. But then look at the second half. It just broke out the second half and become a try feast. Amos Roberts here catching an intercept from Cade Snowden. Amos gets the first try for the second half of the Barbarians. And then beyond that, they just went bang, bang, bang. And they scored so quick. Consecutive tries. Brett Carney here with some pace. Amos Roberts, Todd Carney, Matt Bowen. Yeah, there's a bit of strike to him.
Geez, I thought Todd Carney played really well. I was impressed with him. I've seen him play for the Catalans and obviously various other NRL clubs in the past, but he's now captain coach of a Byron Bay Rugby League team. We wish him all the best, and there goes the Newcastle Knights in for one of their rare tries in this game. And they kept it alive here, the Barbarians. Great work there. Nice little chip kick over the top. Opportunity, it bounced, Gower watched it, Hyington put it down, and that's what made it 33 points to 10 as the kick through there. It was tapped away from Carney. They had an opportunity, and the Barbarians went in for another try. Not a bonus try, but a very good one, and that's what brought us to 33 points to 10. So an entertaining game between those two sides, the Barbarians and the Knights. Up next, it'll be Canterbury and Brisbane. That'll be the final pool game, and then we start the final series, semi-final 1, semi-final 2, and of course the grand final, which will start at 5:30. So still a few things to be decided before we get to the big dance at 5:30. We'll take a break here at the Legends of League. On the other side, all the action of Canterbury and Brisbane.